Today I'm doing a food tour of Gerrard Street, or Little India in Toronto, and trying food from 5 different places, including some street food that makes me feel like I'm back in India. We're in Gerrard Street and you can already, we got out of the car, you can smell the Indian food already. You can smell the butter chicken. Gerrard Street's known as Little India, so this is where Anise, my stepdad, used to always take us when we were young.
Oh, by the way, they're saying happy birthday to you.
Thank you!
And just for you, he's gonna put a table outside.
Oh, thank you so much! So we got some fresh naan.
You got the oil.
Well, I don't know if it's fresh, but it looks good. And then we got the meat thali, so it has 1 meat and 2 vegetables. So we got the butter chicken. We got, he said it was cheese and cream sauce, so it is paneer with vegetables and a kind of creamy curry sauce. And this is the sag paneer, because that's also the kind of paneer cheese. And then we got some rice. Guys, butter chicken, when I was like 4 and we started coming here, butter chicken was my favorite thing. It was the first spicy Indian food that we would eat. And it was my favorite food in the world. It's just like I remember. Butter chicken was invented in 1947 by the founders of a restaurant called MotiMahal in Delhi, the same name as the restaurant we're eating at. They're not related, but I still think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna try this thing. So it's kind of like a bhajia, which Anise says it's kind of fried dough. Maybe there's some paneer in it.
And the sauce is very similar to the butter chicken.
It's like a more buttery, salty, creamy butter chicken. A bit less spicy.
When I first started coming here, like 25, 26 years ago, there would be only Indian people here. And now there's the real diversity in Toronto.
That's true. When I first brought Louise to Gerrard Street and Rebecca, we ended up getting quote-unquote royal treatment because they were the first to sort of break the barrier. And all the restaurants here were out to make a good impression.
Gerrard Street was actually started because one businessman decided to buy an old theatre and start showing Bollywood films, and it got so popular that more and more Indian and South Asian restaurants and shops started coming. So they have sesame naan here. So most places have butter or garlic, but here they actually put sesame seeds on it. So it's made in the tandoor here. Ooh, I'm excited. This is Karahi with lamb. We usually get Karahi gosh. Mmm. Mmm. The lamb falls apart. It's really tender. And whole pieces of ginger on top of it.
It's smooth.
This is the bone from the lamb, and look at that. Look at that. Oh! Oh, look at those juices. The bone marrow is the best part. You just scoop out
Get your
the bone
calcium.
marrow.
Suck that bone marrow out.
Me, goat is number 1.
Yeah, goat's
Goat?
better, but lamb's good.
I don't know, Anise, this is really
really
good.
good.
I would come back here and have those two there.
This is the kebab.
Kebab, you can actually see the chili.
Yeah, you can see the chili pepper in that. Like, look at that meat.
And you can see it through the hole.
spinach. So it's in
It kind of
in
looks like
Pakistani spinach
swamp.
versus Punjabi spinach. Anise was saying that it has a bit less oil, and you can kind of see that from the difference in the MotiMahal one.
Well, I'm feeling more of it, but this is the best
Uh,
sang here that we're at.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it's better.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying to figure out why this is so good.
It's just like the spice is less, but it's smoother. The taste is just smoother.
Yeah, it's smoother. Yeah.
But I
It tastes
we're
kind of fresh
almost
though.
creamy. Like it's not creamy, but
Alright.
There's like a creamy consistency to it. It is really good.
This place is like where you go when you're feeling a bit snacky and you wanna, and you're with friends and you just need a cold drink, and it's the equivalent of French fries. Basically, my mother used to sell salwar kameez and sari in Vancouver Main Street. और हमारी वाइफ उधर है लुइस, वो स्कॉटलैंड से है. It's called Panipuri,
Exactly.
and it comes loaded with chickpeas and other niceties, and you have to put the entire thing in your mouth. And the water, is a bit. Honey is spiced with different things, including tamarind, and it's a tiny bit spicy. What you want to do is fill it until it's almost bursting. Go for it.
The pani puri, my memory as a child is when we put the water in, my mouth was too small to fit it all into one bite, so I couldn't eat any of the water, the pani with it, so I just would eat the fried bit covered in sauce. Someone's got to do it.
This is called Bhelpuri, and everything is mixed. It's like a giant mixture. And the difference is this has yogurt, and it's called papri chaat.
This is good. It's actually solid.
My favorite by far, Josh, is Bhelpuri.
This looks like it's straight up from an Indian grocery store for sure.
There's raisins in this
Is
one. There's
it?
raisins,
Wow.
onions, puffed rice, chickpeas, a tamarind sauce, kind of like little crispy bits, and some raisins. There's like a sweet. Like you got a spicy cereal and you put a sweet sauce on it, but it's in a really good way.
Yeah, it's difficult to have the chat and still chat at the same time, right? Chat's off to the chat.
It tastes like a fancy hipster juice tasted. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's rubbery. That's what you've been stirring for. It takes like 6-7 hours. You gotta keep stirring and stirring it with the,
Oh wow.
We make our own homemade things. Everything's from scratch here.
What's the difference between this and Faluda, or is this Faluda?
This is faluda.
So this is like the
This
best
is the
Faluda.
original one, right?
Wow.
What's the flavor?
Rubbery.
Rubbery?
It's the original, like with fresh rubbery. Then you got the fresh homemade kulfi inside of it. You got pistachios.
That's what I
almonds.
thought. So there is kulfi inside.
Yes, there is.
So you know how normally you have Faluda and then you have those spaghetti?
Those are right in there as well.
That's in there too?
Yes, because there's a lot of herbs inside of it, right? You really
Okay.
gotta taste it.
So got to keep stirring it, right? Every time
Don't
they have
stir
it?
Just like when you're eating it, just really like try to taste the herbs.
Savor.
Okay.
Yeah, savor it.
Mmm. It's like kulfi. Guys, look at that.
Yeah. That's
Like
the reconstituted rubber. Yep. That's...
It's a kulfi float. So the bottom's like a syrup. The top is like, how do you describe the flavor of kulfi? Nutty, like nutty, creamy, like pistachio but not pistachio.
Oh my
How do you describe it though?
Too cool if you
That's
thought.
like heaven.
You say that about everything. I was just editing another video and you said the same thing about a poutine, you liar.
This would be the perfect combination.
Paan is an after-dinner treat that's made up of betel leaf filled with nuts, seeds, dried fruit, coconut, and pastes. It's used as a palate cleanser or to help with digestion, but depending on the ingredients can also act as a caffeine-like stimulant and get addictive.
And a dal without bay. Dal ka try kari sakte. So what you want to do is take a small bite at first and just get used to the green leaf and let go.
It's like a breath freshener after you eat.
The paste is the best part, I think.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can we get some knives? No?
So we got a dosa and Anise, what do we call this again?
Uttapam.
Uthapam.
Looks like a
It's
crumpet.
basically rice.
Yeah.
It's a crumpet, yeah, exactly. Very tough and a spicy thing. So
The coconut chutney is really good.
and a big chunk.
Successful food tour of Gerrard Street, Little India in Toronto. We've been eating for almost like over 4 hours. We've tried like 5 different places. Desserts, South Indian, North Indian, Pakistani food, trips down memory lane, remembering when I was 4 years old, now coming back when I'm slightly over.
It's honestly,
4.
it's really pretty here. They got some cool street art.
It's
Nice lights
they've
and
got really cool murals.
Yeah.
There's like drumming on the street. You can get street food, corn, grilled corn, sugarcane juice,
Yeah.
and it just like people, especially because of COVID, they're all like out on the streets, and it's really cool vibe. Like it's such a
Yeah.
different place in Toronto that
Honestly.
you can't find anywhere else, and it has a really different feel. So if you're in Toronto, this is one of my favorite places if you want a really different experience.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Thank you for watching.